me, Dumb Boss on Facebook, Raw Teague at Raw Teague, and you can get at me at on Instagram at the Messiah Boss. The Messiah Boss on Instagram. Other than that, man, we can jump into it, man.
Okay.
We can see what's going on with this situation right here, man.
Okay.
Is marriage even worth the risk? Is marriage even worth the risk? And see, right now, I'm more want to hear your answer, hear your perspective on it, and I want to honestly hear what you think, like, because I know where you stand, I know how you live, I know where your stands at in life right now. Even though you see everything that you see the ups and downs or whatever. I honestly want to know, you know the scriptures. Me and you'd have been over the scriptures a few times.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you can never take God out the mix, but I want you to take the scriptural principle out the mix. Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. You can never castigate and put God to the side.
No.
Because even though we believe in him, but I have to understand the fact that everybody don't believe.
Yeah.
And people still gonna get married.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you look at marriage, and I get it, I understand God was simply like whatever God has joined together, let no man put asunder. You know, that means let no man separate, divide, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or your relationship. He who has a wife or whom she who has a husband is bound by the law of her husband or their wife until the day that they die. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't get these things. A lot of people don't understand that if you walking a scriptural biblical life, that marriage is actually into death.
Yeah.
To a person leave this earth, not no quote unquote spiritual death like that, like a lot of these, antichrist spirits have been telling y'all. Spiritual death, no, death, life and death, die. You never living on earth again. That's the only way you're free.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we can get real deep into breaking down marriage, but I think we'll do that on another episode.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, man, do you feel like marriage is worth it nowadays?
Man, that's a tricky one, and it's very broad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to hit much as in my mind as I can that I can think about. Man, I'm gonna say yes and no, but I have a stance. I would definitely reveal how I feel.
Right.
Because there are pitfalls. Like, let me go with the pitfalls that come to my mind first.
Right.
I meet a woman. We come together. Man, let's make it happen. You know what I mean? I want to invest in you. Let's to do his part. Let's do this thing. You know what I mean? And we have kids and all that. I can just speak from how I grew up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because my mom was divorced. You know what I'm saying? My dad didn't work out. So like growing up in that. Not having my pops there through them formative years, like 15, 16,
exactly.
when it's time to be a man, you know what I mean? I kind of had to freestyle it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And just kind of get in where I fit in with that, so
yeah.
Like, if you're gonna have kids and all that, man, like, and y'all not together, that, that's really, you really setting the kids back, you know what I'm saying? But
most definitely.
But on the other side of that, just because mom and dad in the house together, and it's not like fluid, and y'all just being there just to exist, the kids gonna pick up on that too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that could be a detriment to them too. So it's like, and then you talk about money. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You talk about money.
Yeah. Then you want to talk about money. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say, I'm not even going. I can just come at it from my point of view. Like, if we just gonna be, looking at traditionally, usually the man makes more. So it's like you putting up your I say it like this, whoever is making more is really putting themselves at risk, because if it don't work out, the other party can just, okay, well, we ain't gonna work out, and then that other person can get their life funded if you have so many years, depending on the law of the state, because different states have different laws and all that, and you if it go bad, the person that made more could be on the hook to keep financing that other person's lifestyle. You see Dr. Dre, you Mary J. Blige, or Dale, it's a lot of examples of that, so that's definitely a risk, and I say that, the good things, man, if I found someone that I could, that's gonna rock with me, and I rock with her, and we attack this life together. Yeah. I would I would definitely be open to it. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's a whole nother level of trust, in my opinion. So like, to kind of narrow it down, if I met a woman that I could trust with my life, because like this, I believe, this, I told you this a many times, like, it's, right after deciding whether you're gonna follow Jesus or not,
right,
who you marry and who you link up with, that is the most important decision that you will ever make. Right under on, if you're gonna decide you're gonna rock with God or not, you know what I mean? That is the most important decision you make, is who you marry and who you link up with, and who you procreate with, and who you share your life with. So if I found a woman that I could trust in my life, yeah, it's worth the risk. You know what I mean? Because if of course we all different. I got my own fingerprint, she have hers, but like, if we saw life the same, if I could trust her, and like, let's just say, she's virtuous, and let's just say it did go left, we could split amicably. Yeah. I could do it, because like you say, take, kind of putting God to the side. Like, we live in 2021 where, you don't have no fault divorces and all that. So if one party got, frustrated or whatever, and they say they want to leave, there's nothing I can do to stop that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, they, she gonna be, she can dip out. So it's like, you putting a lot on the line. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you find, I say, if the right one was found, and like, we vibed on a whole nother level, and we was in unison, yeah, it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? But like, just willy-nilly, like how a lot of these marriages are, nah, bro, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. That's not worth it, in my opinion. Because that's why I believe the divorce rate is so high, because maybe somebody put on a mask, or you was trying to get out of a situation, you didn't want to live where you was at, or it's a whole lot of scenarios that come into place. A lot of people not vetting these people, if you want, properly, if we talking about lifetime, you know what I'm saying? Or people just switch up on you, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, everything you do in life is a risk, you know what I'm saying? So like, in my opinion, I'm gonna take the best risk I can, you know what I mean? So I would do it. I got one in me, I say that, you know what I'm saying? But man, I don't know, man. It's definitely what's the word I'm looking for? It's a risk. Hey, my brother, you all right over there?
No, I'm straight. I'm just thinking about it.
Okay, yeah, man. So long story short, yeah, man. Yeah, it'll be worth it. I got one in me. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? If the one didn't work out, all right, man, we would have to revisit this one. It'd probably be a no, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I couldn't see it twice. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I was sitting here and I was leaning. I'm thinking about everything you're saying, and it's like, I'm married.
You are.
Now. I'm married right now.
You are.
And I read the scriptures. I know what the scriptures say.
Yeah.
The scriptures bounds us uh, to the person that we originally married until that person leaves or until we leave.
Yeah.
Why? Because bounding two people together, it doesn't mean that they are bound to stay up under the same roof if they're not getting along, but you're bound to that covenant of your marriage because that bound, that covenant that you took, that you can't walk away from, your flesh can walk away from it. And you can go commit acts against the flesh. And when you go commit acts against the flesh, it destroys your soul. Why? Because you have to. Well, people. This is what I want people to think about, especially if you a person who claims to be Christian or a biblical based person.
Okay.
Your fleshly acts that you live for and that you commit and that you do on earth, if they're good deeds, they're good deeds. They're good deeds. So hopefully you'll be finding good reciprocation for your good deeds.
Yeah.
But if they're sinful, unholy deeds, they destroy your soul. Why? Because this life that we live in this flesh is a life that is pretty much it's a warning that we live in.
What you mean by that?
It's a warning. I tell people all the time, I ask people, have they seen a dead body? Not, or have they seen someone die? And when you see someone die, and when you see someone take their last breath, that lets you know that it was something in that flesh. It was the flesh is a car, right?
Okay.
The flesh is a car.
Yeah.
And then there's a key.
Okay.
That crank.
Get the engine going.
That's a key that get that engine going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then there's a consciousness that allows you to drive that car left, drive that car right. Go straight, go to this person's house, or go home, a place where you know you're supposed to be, or don't go around places you know you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
When that dead body is gasping for its last breath and it's leaving, that lets you know there's something in there more than this flesh.
Yeah.
So everything we fighting for the flesh, if you think about it, majority of every person gets divorced for a fleshly reason. Most people go seek divorce because they looking to go hook up with something else.
Yeah.
They looking to go get back on the market so they can go date and be with other people.
Yeah.
Well, that's your flesh.
Yeah, it is.
Your flesh is doing that, and your flesh is doing what? Destroying your spirit. Why? Because your flesh is gonna die one day.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And your spirit got to go get judged. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while we are bound to our mates, and when we talk about is marriage a risk, because people don't tell, like, people do not go in depth with these people about marriage before they get married. You know, if everybody who's a pastor or something like that, obviously you already know these court-appointed weddings. They ain't describing nothing. It's all about making money.
Yeah.
Pay for the license, pay for the divorce. One of the two you pay for. We buy clocking dollars. So the courthouse, this corrupt government is not going to pay you. This corrupt government is not looking out for your eternity.
Yeah. At all.
And half of these people who are burying you, because I tell people like this, for people who are non-believers, well, you have to understand, marriage is a concept of God. Everywhere you go, it's like saying a pledge of allegiance or something like that. Like it throws God, like that marriage is going. you never gonna hear a marriage that is not uh uplifting God. It's
Yeah.
not, paying homage to God. It's not whatever. You know,
Yeah. True.
you never gonna hear a marriage that be like, okay, well, we ain't bringing up nothing to do with God in this marriage.
Yeah.
Like you don't hear it.
Yeah.
Even the atheists will stand up there and they gotta be like, by the powers of us, it means a little hard or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got to give God his
Yeah.
just due because marriage is a godly concept. Now, when I look at is it worth the risk? This is the good thing. Everybody don't need to get married.
Mm.
Why? I'm gonna tell you why. Man, the scriptures talk about people. The apostle Paul, he wasn't a married man, I don't believe. And he was a person that was like, oh man, I love my time. I love my
Mm.
space. I love the fact that I have no other distraction in this world that's going to stop me from carrying out the Lord's mission.
Mm.
My life is devoted to this mission.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in this world who they don't even seek companionship like that.
Mm.
They may seek friends here and there. They may seek, acquaintances or whatever, but they don't really need companionship like that.
Mm.
And people be looking at them like, I don't see how you can do it. It's like,
Mm.
because you don't understand these folks. Some of these folks got a calling on their life.
Mm.
They don't even understand what they're going through, but they most likely
Yeah.
got a calling on their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Mm.
is marriage the risk? I know it says marriage is honorable and all, which means it don't matter how you got married, it's honored. It's honored.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like marriage is honorable and all, but when you're looking at the risk of it now in
Mm.
these current days,
Yeah.
I feel like I get it. I understand, and I understand the instructions of God telling us, let not men, be alone and things of that nature. Go find somebody. But when you have this government that's so crooked that
Mm.
it's doing things that that allows a certain party not to be able to survive or not to be able to retire or not to be able
Yeah.
to whatever, because they're losing assets based on divorcing somebody.
Yeah.
That's where the issue comes in.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tell people, I look at life like this. Y'all might all see each other as elite people, but like we all have our shortcomings.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
We all have our shortcomings.
Oh yeah.
And uh like nobody is perfect, And as far as like marriage being worth the risk, it's like I honestly tell people life is like this. You can either avoid as much sin as possible,
Mm.
or all right, these sins I'm gonna struggle with. I
Yeah.
know I'm gonna struggle with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna stop repenting. I'm not gonna stop striving to hopefully God can strengthen me to help me overcome all this.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta choose I gotta choose my sins wisely.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I tell people all the time, it's not meant for you to be in marriage because you walking in and your mind is defeated, but you don't even know like uh all these different breakdowns of a marriage and how people can walk away
Mm-hmm.
and how you can lose everything or how someone may wake up scripturally and understand that they have an out. Like because I know a lot of people who when you hear some of these great pastors who preach about divorce and remarriage.
Yeah.
You know, divorce and remarriage break up households because they ain't supposed to be there from the jump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that man or that woman left their original husband to go get that second piece of meat and don't want to leave it.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a lot at stake, and then you have people who have this disdain for God that they seek divorce for anything.
Yeah.
You didn't say I was beautiful with a screech at the end of your voice. I want a divorce. They seeking divorce for any and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They seeking divorce off of feelings, and I'm not happy anymore. Like they seeking divorce. Like so it's like when you see people seeking divorce, and this is what happens when you married to someone and they want to seek a divorce. And it could be nothing that you did wrong. It's just because they whole perspective and their mind is so messed up.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, guess what? When your wife out there, it's just like you. I will tell you, bro, are you sure you're ready to do this? Because you go get lashed up to a woman, and this woman decides that she don't want to be there no more.
Yeah.
And she go dip, and she never wants to come reconcile with you anymore.
Yeah.
So what's that cause you to do? Either you're gonna be by yourself and be lonely and not seek no companionship, or you're gonna start living an adulterous life because your wife left you.
Because my wife, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you in trouble living an adulterous life.
Yeah.
Because you like, man, I know how this feel. I know I've been with my wife. Exactly. I need to get my rocks off or whatever. And before you know it, bam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like a chain reaction, bro.
It's a chain reaction. So I would tell people like this: is like everything. The marriage life is not for everybody. It's honorable if you do it, but it's not for everybody. Look, and I ain't even talking about really all the scriptural stuff. I'm talking about look at the way these people are going, and look at how some of these people are read like the prenums. Look like you would have thought like 20 years, 25 years ago that prenums was ironclad.
Not today.
They reversing them all the time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, use them for toilet paper, bro.
Use it for toilet paper. So a man who walk in, you know, and thinking that he good.
Yeah.
You might get back with the old lady just to be with her 4-5 months, and bam, now you losing everything for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man.
So it's man, it's this marriage thing, man. It's not nothing to play with.
Yeah, it ain't.
You know, I tell people it's not nothing to play with it, and I would rather people just stay away from it. I'm not telling you to go out there and just start living a life of fornication because you're not married, so you just out there unlawfully sleeping with people or whatever. I'm not telling you to do that, but you know, it's a wild a wild game, man.
Yeah, man.
It's a wild game to step into. And you step into it with a person that you swear was a rider that was gonna roll with you, and then you find out
switched it up.
They switched it up on you.
Yeah.
Now they taking 75% of your bread and where you got to go to, because you can't go nowhere everybody else.
Can't go nowhere else. Yeah.
You falling back to mama house for a few months. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
it's definitely it's definitely nothing to be taken light. You know what I'm saying? So if I ever came, you know, if I came to you, man, I was like, man, I think I found her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, bro,
Right.
me, you know, I would have to be in the mix with her, like knowing
Right.
her for some years, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because you know, one other point, you know, I think that people do is that they go by attraction. You know, you want to call it lust or whatever, you know, physical. You know what I'm saying?
Lust to the
And
eye.
yeah,
That's what
but
it
like,
is. Lust to the eye.
lust, yeah, you know, so you know, but what's really important is someone's character. You know what I mean? How they move, how they act, you know, what they about, what they believe, how they treat, you know, how they treat people. Let's just say, you know, if something don't go right, you know, that
Yeah.
really is like the that really builds.
Supersedes. Yeah.
Yeah, that really
Yeah.
builds on. That's like the building blocks of who a person is. You know what I mean? Not what they look like on the outside. So it's like
Exactly.
once you really get to know that, then okay, yeah, then we can proceed forward. But like, you know, look, man, we like we say, we in 2021. You know, hey, man, people ain't waiting like that, bro. You
People
know what
ain't
I mean?
waiting, man.
Hey, man, you know, you ain't
People
there.
doing what they
Yeah,
do first 2, 3, 4 days.
man. And then you like, you know, if we just gonna keep it biblical, you married. Once you do that, huh? It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
Old Testament.
Old Testament. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, that has been done away with.
yeah.
But
Yeah, man.
but I get where you're going though.
Yeah.
Because that was what locked the marriage in, consummated the marriage.
Consummation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what consummated it.
Yeah.
And locked it in to make sure it was official.
Yeah.
Like what people don't understand, if we're gonna talk about that, what people don't understand is that, you know, back in the day, back in yesteryear, when a woman decides she was gonna get married to a man, this is how crazy it was. When a woman decided she was gonna get married to a man, they wanted to find out that she was a virgin because, you know, they can just go ask her parents, and her parents can give them their word, but they gotta make sure that the body is, you know, they gotta make sure the body is virgin. So what they would do back then was, you know, when the bride and the groom would have sex, if the groom, I mean, if the groom don't come out with blood on him, the groom don't look like he popped his cherry, bro. The woman would get stoned, bro.
Yeah, they was not playing back then, bro.
It was not playing. It was no grace and mercy. It was straight fire and brimstone back then.
Yeah, it was.
You know, so
yeah, man. You know, so you know the answer, in my opinion, man. You like you said, man. It depends on the person. You know what I mean? Like you said, I think that's a fair point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If marriage ain't for you, you know, it ain't for you. You know what I'm saying?
It's not gonna be, man, because it's some people that already know. Like, look, it's simple. It's some people that already know. All right, man, I already know I'm a fornicate. I already know I'm gonna have sex without being married. And I already know once I get married, I'm not gonna be faithful. So there's some people that gonna tell you all the time.
That's true.
Man, I'd rather just deal with God on the fornication, not having sex unmarried. I'd rather deal with God on that instead of dealing with God on committing adultery on my wife all the time.
Yeah.
There's some people that know that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like ain't no point of racking up all these extra sins.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you believe in the sin life and everything like that. You know, if you believe, but like you said, it's no point of.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know,
true that.
Racking up all that. You know, if I ain't got to, if I know, because you gotta think about it, man. Most people who go in knowing go in, they're gonna cheat. They already know they're gonna cheat. They already know they're gonna commit infidelity. They know this going in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
you gotta know what kind of person you are. You know what I mean?
You know,
before you can even think about that. Yeah, you're right.
So at the end of the day, man, I think it's all about self-governing of self.
Yeah.
If you feel like you can hold down a marriage and do what's right by it, by all means, bro.
Yeah.
Go do it. But if you already know you're gonna have issues, and I'm not gonna get it because a lot of us jump a lot of us jumped into it wrong, to it young, not knowing we was gonna have them issues.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because like I said, it depends on your maturity level, it depends on who you got around you, who's speaking wisdom into your ear, who's not speaking wisdom into your ear. You know, a lot of it comes into play.
That's true. That's true.
A lot of it comes into play, bro. So with that being said, man, is marriage even worth it? I tell people all the time, I think it's honorable if you do it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's worth it. If I was a single man to this day, I wouldn't even be looking at or even thinking about getting married. Nah, because at the end of the day, I know I ain't gotta rob for nobody, I ain't gotta steal from nobody, I ain't gotta kill nobody, I ain't gotta do none of that. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
I just, it just when I think about it, even though I'm a God-fearing person and I know God can deliver and change a lot of things, but I just don't think when I see or when I have a feeling that somebody ain't taking it serious.
Yeah. 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 You gotta take that serious, man.
You gotta yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta take that serious. So
yeah. 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 I mean, we'll see, man. Maybe one day, you boy, we might have to revisit this topic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, but like I said, you know you.
Yeah.
You know you, and you like I'm confident that you'll be a faithful man, especially if you find a woman who's never been. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you find a woman who's never been discovered by another man, and you find her, it's like, okay, we both in this. We both ain't never done it. We both trying to figure it out. We married. We can do it. So let's just figure it out, and we just make our way. But like when you know what I'm saying, you got other people all in your business and your mix and stuff like that. Yeah, man, that ain't the best place for.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And things get real tough.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Things get real tough, and I know I sound like I'm just, but yeah, things get real tough, man. so with that being said, man, marriage, man, I just think people, especially if you know you have a biblical belief, or not necessarily a biblical belief, but a scriptural belief, or you have a everybody don't go by the scriptures. I go by the scriptures. But if you're a person who just living wholly off of vibes and things of that nature, it's just one of those things, man.
Yeah, I know I wouldn't be no 2-3 time married dude. That ain't. I know that ain't gonna happen, bro.
I'm one and done, man.
One and done, my brother.
I'm one and done.
Yeah.
And trust, I already told my wife, bro, I ain't gonna never seek it.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna seek it. I'm never gonna sign the dotted line. You just go about your business. Go about your business. If you go about your business and you just want to be an adulteress for the rest of your life, I guess I see you when you going to hell.
Yep. Man, you told me about that, boy. I know you did. I know you did, man.
I told her that. I told her that because this is the thing about it. I gotta tell you that when I know this way you're going. But with that being said, man, I wish we had a lot more people to chime in on this.
Yeah.
I think
we got to run that one back when we get the panel going, man.
We definitely gonna run that back when we get a panel. But until then, man, let's